I finally did it. $500 box of quarters. I don't know if I lost my mind or if I'm just trying to step up my game, but we're in the big leagues now. Let me get the camera set up and let's check it out. Guys, I know I'm a tad bit dramatic, but we got a $500 box of quarters here, and I'm excited. It's the first ever box of quarters I'm doing on this channel, and let's find some silver or some W's. Let's check it out. Like I was saying with the W's, West Point Mint opened up. They did a couple quarters from the West Point Mint. I'm going to try to grab some of those, as well as anything pre-1965, so 64 and lower, is 90% silver. From this end, I do see that it's circulated. One possible oldie right there. Can't tell, though, obviously, without seeing the edge or the date. Let's pop this bad boy open. It is huge. I actually had to zoom the camera out. This one has an inspection number, unlike the penny boxes that we've been getting. They care about their quarters. 7251 is the inspection number. Let's pop this boy open. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm actually kind of shaking just because it's pretty cool. I've always watched people open quarters. Now I'm finally getting to do it. And looking at the ends here, it's definitely a circulated box. It's kind of tough to tell what's silver or not from just the ends. That one's definitely beat up. But we're going to get this thing going, see what we find. Nice little bicentennial there. And yeah, I'll bring you in when we find something. All right, roll number 9, guys. And I'm actually going to consider this a find. If you look here, the P that's barely visible on part of the chin, it's a very, very weak strike. Now, it's a 2015, but this front here, it looks like it was barely striked when they were minting it. You can see the face is very obstructed, very, very light. And then the rest of that trust, and then even the P for Pennsylvania is barely visible. So I'm going to consider that our first find. I know it's scratching the bottom of the barrel a little bit, but I think it's pretty cool, and I'm going to stick it aside. I'll bring you back in when we find something else. All right, guys, I have another error here. It's a little obscure, but some of you may know about it. The 2005 Kansas Statehood Quarter has a grease-filled die issue. So what would happen is they would stamp the coins, the die became filled with grease, and it blocked out some of the letters. And this is an example of the "In God We Rust" error. You see that weak T right there? How it's barely visible? It's very, very weak, but the rust is very prominent. That's the "In God We Rust" error. So this is a really, really cool find. It used to be a lot more sought after. Now there's a lot on the market. I believe right now on eBay it averages around $4 to $5. But it's definitely a cool one I'm adding to the collection just because it came out of my first quarter box. But we have an "In God We Rust" error. Awesome. All right, guys, I actually found a second "In God We Rust" error. Not as good as the first one we found, though. So this is the first one. And it's got that real weak T, but the rust is very prominent. This is the second one I just found, and you could still kind of see the T, but the R is a little bit double-dyed or filled in. Not really double-dyed, but the grease caused the R to fill in the hole of the R. And then what I wanted to do is show you what an un-error version of it looks like. So this is the same coin without the grease error. So you see how you can see the T prominently, but in this one you could barely see it, and this one's very faint as well. This is the way it was meant to be without the grease error. So that's how you can see the difference between the error there with the filled die and then the normal version of the coin without that filled die. So awesome. We got 2 "In God We Rust." All right, guys, that's $500 in quarters hunted. We had some finds. No silver, unfortunately. No W's yet. But this will not be the last box of quarters. I tell you that. Here's what we are keeping, though, from this box. We have a beautiful District of Columbia. I just think it's in great shape, and I need one for my collection, so I'm going to stick that one aside. We had that weak strike. Here we go right there on the front of this coin here. That 2015. Right there, you can really see how it's just a weak strike. And then 2 more errors. And these are my favorite of this box, I'm going to have to say, are the "In God We Rust" coins here with the grease-filled die, resulting in that really weak T there and that filled R. Awesome. 2 awesome error coins, which is just really cool to see. In God We Rust. It's kind of like they were supposed to produce a product for our federal government and something messed up, and that's what resulted in the error. But just a really cool find. In God We Rust. 2 of them. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Remember, we are doing that 1 ounce silver giveaway. For subscribing, at 100 subscribers, one of you will randomly get 1 ounce of silver mailed to you. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Please be safe.